And our next question comes from Jessica Sorensen. Joe White, how do you handle applications that technically qualify, but you know they're not going to be able to pay rent? Two unemployed college students applied with a cosigner. The cosigner barely makes the 3 times monthly rent I require, but obviously has his own expenses and somehow has a credit score of 750 with 176,000 credit limit and 174 credit balance. Well, I mean, what you're talking about there is your criteria isn't set high enough. So we actually don't really have a problem. So I really don't care. So the DTI, the debt to income, is a factor, and we actually do have that as being one of our criteria. You do have to make enough income to be able to rent a property. But a couple things on this. One is, and we often get college students, and their parents are often paying, or they have loans that are paying, and we've never really have had a problem with tenants paying us. And we're actually very extensive with our screening. What I'm concerned about is just your decision making abilities as a tenant. Do you make good decisions? And when we kind of look over your report, we want to see that you pay your credit cards, you make your car payments. We want to see that you actually do have debt, that you've had it for a while, that you are always consistently making all your payments and you're not missing anything. We do check the criminal aspect of it to a degree. I really don't care the fact that you got caught with underage drinking once in high school when you were 16. I don't even care if you have a DWI. I don't want to see it being too recent. I don't want to see 2 DWIs, and I don't want to see repeated behavior of you getting caught drinking with an open container. But things like that, I just want to see that you actually pay your bills. That's really the main thing that I'm concerned about. So I'm not really concerned too much about income. And then when we get roommates moving in together, the income, of course, goes up. And then we will throw a cosigner in there, but cosigners are not that valuable. They're nowhere near as valuable as people think. Technically speaking, they are financially responsible for the property, the finances of the property, but you can't get money out of somebody. It's not easy getting money out of somebody, if you need to. So it's a little tough to go to a cosigner and say, hey, the bills are not paid. We're owed for this and we're owed for that. The cosigner has to agree to give you the money. Keep in mind that you're not going to go to court. It just probably is not worth your time and energy to do so. So we will get cosigners, but we don't consider them as valuable as many landlords might. We're really not super concerned about, a tenant's income as much as their desire to pay their bills. If they show a good history, then we assume that they actually know what they're getting into. And we've never had a problem. So it's very rare that we've done our first eviction in 3 years just recently. It's just not something that happens because of our extensive screening.